students. Today we will see the next principle in kinetics of linear motion, that is the work energy principle. So in last video we have seen the D'Alembert principle. Okay, so in D'Alembert principle, what we are find out, that is the acceleration, and from the acceleration we are finding tension, okay, and other things that mentioned in the problem. Now the next principle is on work energy principle. So before going to the work energy principle, just we should know the basic terms like what is meant by the work energy. Okay, so the as we know, the work means when a force acts on a body and body undergoes some displacement, then we can say that work is said to be done. Means if the body is at rest, okay, and when the force acts on this body, so what happens? The body undergoes some displacement, okay, and we can say that there is a work done by the force. Second point is no displacement, no work done. If there is a no displacement, we can say that there is a no work done. The most important is normally the displacement of the body takes place in the direction of the force. Understand? The displacement takes place in the direction of the force. So this work done, how we have to calculate, if F is the force acting on a body and S is the displacement in the direction of force, we can say that work done is equal to force into displacement. So work done is equal to what? Work done is equal to F into S. Okay. Next, in this case, suppose this is a body. Okay. Now the force which is acting on the body is inclined here. Understand? Now we have to resolve this force. This is F cos theta, and this component is F sin alpha. Sorry, alpha. Now in that case, the work done is given by F cos alpha into S, because in earlier slide we have seen what the work is said to be done when, see, the displacement of body takes place in the direction of the force. Understand? So displacement in the direction of force means, therefore F cos alpha is equal to S. But here F sin alpha, okay, this is a force component, okay, this force component, or because of this force component, vertical force component, there is no any displacement, so the work done will be 0. So work done for this body is given by F cos alpha into S. Now SI unit of work done is Newton meter. 1 Newton meter means 1 joule. Hence 1 joule is the work done by a force of 1 Newton when it displaces a body through 1 meter. Understand? Now next, again energy. I think all these energy part you have studied in earlier standards. So energy, nothing but energy possessed by body is defined as it is a capacity or ability of the body to do the work. Now this energy may be in the form of mechanical, electrical, chemical, etc. But in engineering mechanics, we are interested only in mechanical energy. So two common types mechanical energy are potential energy and kinetic energy. Okay, now we'll see what is meant by the potential energy and what is meant by the kinetic energy. Potential energy means the energy possessed by a body due to its position is called potential energy. Now for that we have here example is given. Let us consider a body of weight W. This is a body of weight W at height h from the ground as shown in figure. So this body of W at height h from the ground, if the body is now released, it will come to the ground and the work done is equal to what? W into h. Okay, therefore potential energy is, for W we can write at mg, so potential energy will be mgh. So SI unit of potential energy Newton meter or joule. Understand? Now next is kinetic energy. Kinetic energy means the energy possessed by a body by virtue of its motion is called kinetic energy. Energy possessed by a body by virtue of its motion is called kinetic energy, and this is given by half mv square. Now the power means it is the rate of change of doing work per unit time. So we can write as power is equal to work by time or force into displacement upon time. So SI unit of power is Newton meter per second or joule per second or watt. So power is given by force into velocity. We know that the displacement into time is nothing but what? Velocity. So here write force into velocity. Now the work energy principle. The statement is the work done by a system of forces which are acting on a body between any 2 points, okay, is equal to change in kinetic energy of the body between the same reference point. Understand? Again I read. The work done by a system of forces which are acting on the body between any 2 points is equal to the change in kinetic energy of the body between the same reference point. Now this is explanation part. Okay, now this is a body with initial velocity u. When the force is applied on this body have some displacement s. Okay, after displacement s, the final velocity of body will be v. Okay, so here let us consider body of mass m acted upon by a constant force F has got velocity uh, v1, okay, at a and v2 at b. Here v1 means we are taking u and v2 means you are taking v at, as shown in figure. Let us is the displacement of the body. So kinetic energy at A is half mu square and kinetic energy at B will be half mv square. So change in kinetic energy will be half mv square minus half mu square. This m will be common, so change in kinetic energy will be this formula. Now we know that work done is equal to force into S. Okay, now according to Newton's second law, we can write our force ma, so it will be ma into S. Now for this a into S, I can put, so using the relation v square is equal to u square plus twice S. Now twice S is equal to v square minus u square. Okay, therefore as is equal to this 2 will be come here, so it will be half. So half v square minus u square. So for this as I am putting here. So substituting equation 3, this is equation 3 into this equation 2. So A is equal to work done by 4, F is equal to what? M into half v square minus u square, means half mv square minus half mu square. This is nothing but the final kinetic energy is equal to initial kinetic energy. Therefore work done is equal to what? Final kinetic energy is equal to final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. So I can write as, therefore I can write as the work energy principle as work done I can write as summation F into S okay, is equal to half mv square minus half mu square. Now work done is summation f into s. Now here what is mean by summation f? Summation f is nothing but what? Net force. Okay. Now summation f is equal to net force as you are studied in D'Alembert principle. Okay. Now summation f or net force we have to calculate it in direction of acceleration. Understand? The in similar manner that we have done in D'Alembert principle, same manner we have to calculate the net force in this work energy principle. Means first we have to apply the dynamic equilibrium of we have to apply the dynamic equilibrium. Okay, then we have to calculate net force, and then instead of D'Alembert we have to use here work energy principle, that is summation f into s is equal to half mv square minus half mu square. Now what is meant by the s? S is nothing but the displacement. Understand what is s? S is nothing but displacement. Okay, s is displacement. Now in such type of problems, so how we can identify that, or how we can know that we have to use this work energy principle? When in the problem it is asked to find displacement or velocity, then we have to use work energy principle. Understand? Again I tell you, when it is asked to find displacement or velocity, we have to use what? Work energy principle. Okay. Now here, see here, a block weighing 2500 Newton rests a level horizontal plane which has mu 0.2. So this block is pulled by 1000 Newton force which is acting at an angle of 30 degree to the horizontal. Find the velocity of block after it moves 30 meter. Means here we have to find what? Velocity. Okay. If s is given, that is s is equal to 30 meter. Starting from rest means here initial velocity is 0 and we have to calculate what? V. We have to calculate V. Now the diagram is not given here, so first we have to draw the diagram. So first I will draw a body of a block of weight 2500. Okay. Now a 1000 Newton force is acting at angle of 30 degree. Okay. Now because of this force, the acceleration is towards rightward. Understand? Now I will draw the free body diagram. This 1000 force is resolved into two components: 1000 cos 30, 1000 sin 30. Now this is weight W which is acting vertically downward. At the same time, this is reaction R and this is frictional force Fr in the opposite direction of acceleration. Okay. Now we have to draw two free body diagram. First, when the body with 1000 Newton force. Okay. And second, here again, if the force 1000 force is then removed, how much further it will move? Means here we have to draw two free body diagram. First is when the body have 1000 Newton force, okay, and second when the body doesn't have 1000 Newton force or the 1000 Newton force is removed. Okay, so first I will draw the body with 1000 Newton force, then I will draw this free body diagram. Okay, now I am applying condition of dynamic equilibrium. So from summation Fy is equal to 0, what I get? R minus 2500 plus 1000 sin 30 is equal to 0. So from that I am getting reaction R, and from the reaction I am getting what? Friction force Fr. Now here we have to calculate net force in the horizontal direction, or we have to calculate net force in the direction of acceleration. Okay. So net force will be what? Net force will be plus 1000 cos 30 minus Fr here, plus 1000 cos 30 minus Fr. Now next is apply work energy principle. Okay, now we know that work energy principle is summation F into S is equal to half mv square minus half mu square. Understand? So net force is 1000 cos 30 minus Fr, okay, into S. S is displacement which is given 30 meter, is equal to half m. Now the weight is given, so we have to take in terms of weight. So 2500 divided by 9.81 into V we have to calculate, and minus half mu square. This term will be 0 because it starting from rest here. So from that we will get velocity V is equal to 10.47 meter per second. This is velocity of the block. Okay, and this is when the body with 1000 Newton. After what, second we have to find if the 1000 Newton force is removed, then how much further it will move. It will move means we have to find what? S. Okay. If the 1000 Newton force is removed here, okay. See here, now this 1000 Newton force is removed. So in second step, what happen? The initial velocity will be this 10.47. Okay, this initial velocity will be final velocity for the first case, but in and final velocity will be here 0, because after some times when the force is removed, the body will be at, or the body will stop, means what? V will be 0, and initial velocity will be 10.47 meter per second. Okay, now this is the body. Now this 1000 Newton force is removed. Okay, when the 1000 Newton force is removed, then certainly the body will be stop after some time. Okay, means the acceleration in the towards right. If I draw free body diagram, this is weight, this is normal reaction, or this is Fr. So again I apply condition of dynamic equilibrium. Summation Fy is equal to 0 is equal to R minus 2500 is equal to 0. So we will get what? R is equal to 2500 Newton. So from that we have to calculate frictional force. Frictional force will be mu into R is equal to 0.2 into 2500 is equal to, we will get 500 Newton. Now we have to calculate net force in the direction of acceleration, means here only the friction net force will be what? Minus Fr. Okay. Now apply work energy principle. Summation F into S is equal to half mv square minus half mu square. Okay, summation F means net force will minus Fr into S, that we have to calculate, is equal to, now the my half mv square, this term will be 0 because the final velocity is 0 here. Okay, minus half mu square. Now this initial velocity is nothing but this 10.47. Okay, so from that we will get S is equal to 27.93 meter. That is the distance traveled by the block. Understand? Okay, how to use the work energy principle. Next, a train of mass 250 tons, okay, starts from rest, okay, and accelerate up an incline of 1 in 1000, oh sorry, 1 in 100, attaining a speed of 45 km per hour after traveling 250 meter. The frictional resistance to motion is 30 kilonewton. Find the work done by locomotive and its tractive force, assuming this is to be constant. So total weight of the train is 250 ton, means uh, 250,000 kg. Okay, 1 ton means how many kilogram? 1000 kilogram. But we have to put or we have to take the 250 as it is. Frictional force or tractive resistance is given directly 30 kilonewton here. The frictional resistance to motion is given 30 kilonewton. The velocity, final velocity is 45 kilometer per hour. In meter per second, it will be 12.5 meter per second. Initial velocity 0 because it starts from rest, and traveling s is 250 meter. Now inclined up slope 1 in 100 when so this theta is very small, so I am taking sine of inverse. So 1 upon 100, so it will become theta is equal to 0.572 degree. Okay, now if I draw free body diagram, this is a train. Okay, now this train and accelerates an incline of this 1 in 100 slope. Okay, in this angle 0.57 degree. Okay, this is ft force that we have to calculate. Now the acceleration is towards rightward. Okay, now if I draw free body diagram, this is a ft or tractive force. Okay, this is the weight. Now the train is on incline track, therefore this weight is resolved into two components. This is actually you have to put 250 at is okay, 250 cos 0.572 and here 250 sin 0.572 and next is frictional force. Now the free body diagram is complete. So can you tell me the net force here? So net force will be summation F will be what? Ft minus Fr minus 250. Okay. Now we have to convert this into Newton. So ton into 9.81, it will give the kilonewton. Okay. So 250 into 9.81 sine 0.572 degree. Understand? This is net force here. Ft minus Fr minus 250 sine 0.572 degree. So apply work energy principle. Summation F into S is equal to half mv square minus half mu square. See here, Ft minus Fr minus 250 I am multiplied with 9.81. Okay. Sine 0.572 degree into S is given 250 is equal to half mv square. Okay. Now the mass is given 250. Okay. So half 250 into 12.5 square. This is final velocity and this velocity is 0. Okay. So Ft minus Fr 30 kilonewton. Okay, this again this will get value in kilonewton. Okay, so from that we'll get Ft tractive force 23.64 kilonewton. So work done by locomotive is force into velocity or tractive force into sorry, not velocity and displacement. So 23.64 into 250, so we will get 59,910 kilonewton meter. This is work done by locomotive. The next is a small block starts from A, slides down inclined plane AB as shown in figure. What distance along horizontal plane BC will it travel before coming to rest? Take mu equal to 0.3. Suppose this is a block, so it starts from A, slides over here. Okay. When it slides, okay, the block will come here and again the block will travel some distance along BC. Okay, this distance we have to find out. Means there will be two free body diagram. The first free body diagram will be motion from A to B. Okay, motion from A to B. So in that motion from A to B, okay, we have to calculate velocity at B, Vb. Okay, now in that case, what will be the S here? This 30 meter, 40 meter. Okay, Pythagoras will get what here? 50 meter. Again, we have to calculate angle here by tan inverse 30 by 40 meter. Understand? So first we will draw free body diagram for motion from A to B. So we have to calculate the velocity at B. Now in that case, what happened? The initial velocity is 0 because it starts from this A. So we know that work energy principle summation F into S. Okay, yes, we have calculated here is equal to half M. Now here Vb square minus half M U square. Now this will be 0 because it starts from rest. Summation F we have to calculate. S is given, means we have to calculate what? Vb, that is velocity at B. Now second free body diagram is motion from, now it slides from B to C, means motion from B to C. Now when the block move from B to C, what happened? What will be the initial velocity? Initial velocity U will be Vb. Understand? Initial velocity U will be what? Vb. And what is the final velocity? Because after traveling some distance, it will come to rest. Means final velocity will be 0. So as we know, summation according to work energy principle, we know that summation F into S is equal to half mv square minus half mu square. Okay, now summation F we can easily calculate net force. Okay, the final velocity 0, so this term will be 0, so minus half m u square means this velocity Vb. Okay, and from that we have to what we have to calculate? S means what? The distance along horizontal plane BC. Okay, now here I am solve here. So this is motion from A to B. Okay, so this weight component W, this angle is calculated tan inverse 30 by 40. Okay, it gets 36.86 degree. So this component will be W cos 36.86. This horizontal will be W sin 36.86. This is reaction R. This is frictional force F R. The acceleration is downward. Now apply condition of dynamic equilibrium. So summation Fy is equal to 0. R is equal to what? W cos 36.86. So from that I am getting R is equal to 0.8 W. Cos 36.86 is nothing but 0.8 W. So from the frictional force Fr is calculated 0.24 W. Now net force is here in the direction of acceleration, means W sin 36.86 minus Fr here. W sin 36.86 minus Fr. So apply work energy principle. Summation F into S is equal to half mv square minus half mu square. Now summation F is this one, W sin 36.8 minus Fr. Now S means this distance S is calculated by Pythagoras, because this 30 meter is given, this 40 meter is given. So this distance will be what? 50 meter by Pythagoras. So half m means W by 9.82 into V square, and this is 0 because it starts from rest. So from that we will get what? Velocity 18.79 meter per second, that is the velocity of block at B. Understand? Now next is motion from B to C. So from B to C what happened? Now there is no force, the acceleration again towards rightward. preferred free body diagram, this is reaction R. So this is where W, this is frictional force. So according to dynamic equilibrium summation F, I am getting reaction, and from the reaction I am getting frictional force 0.3 W. Now net force is in the direction of acceleration. So net force will be only minus F. So according to apply work energy principle, summation F into S is equal to half mv square minus half mv square. So minus Fr into S. Yes, we have to calculate. Now here the final velocity will be 0 because after some time it will be come to rest. And here initial velocity means this velocity at B. Initial velocity at B. So from that we will get S is equal to 60 meter. So distance travel before it coming to rest. Okay. So in this way we have to solve this problem. Now one more problem, okay, of same type. So you have to solve yourself. The problem is a 500 Newton block moves along two inclines for which mu is equal to 0.2. When body starts from rest, means here initial velocity is 0, okay, at A and moves 60 centimeter to reach at C, means here S is equal to 60 centimeter, initial velocity is 0. How far will it travel at the other plane, and what will be its velocity when it returns point C? Use work energy principle. Now you can see this diagram, okay. When the block move, when the block is dropped from this plane, okay, so it travels uh, the distance AC, then again this block will move upward, okay. See here, the block will move downward, then again it will go upward the plane, and again it will come to the downward. Means here we have to draw three free body diagram: motion from A to C, motion from C to B, and motion from B to C. Okay, motion from A to B, motion from C to B, and motion from B to C. Now in first case, motion from A to C, we have to calculate velocity at C. Means here we have to calculate velocity at C. So in that given initial velocity 0 and S is given 60 meter. So here we have to again calculate what? Net force into S. Understand? So S is given 60 meter is equal to half m v square minus half m square. This term will be 0. So in first case we have to calculate what? Phi. Now second, motion from C to B. When again this block move from C to B. So what happened in that case? Here initial velocity will be what? This Vc that we are calculating here. Okay. Now here we have to calculate what? Distances. Now here V will be 0, 0 means final velocity is 0. Then U is equal to V is equal to calculated in the first FBD, means this here initial velocity will be this final velocity. Understand? So again here what? In second step, what we know that summation F into S, okay, is equal to half m v square. This term will be 0 because it after some time it go come to the rest, okay, minus half mu square. Now this initial velocity will be this velocity that we are calculating in first free body diagram. Okay, we can calculate summation M from the free body diagram. So we know the summation M net force we have know. Again this whole term we have to know. So we have to calculate what? S. Now the third free body diagram is from motion from P to C. Again this body will come downwards. So again in that case, what happened? Initial velocity is 0. Again we have to calculate what? Vc, that we have to calculate. So we know the work energy principle, summation F into S is equal to half m Vc square. Okay. minus half mv square, it will be 0. So we can calculate net force from the free body diagram, summation F into, now this S is nothing but, in second step or second free body diagram, we have to calculate this S, we have to take is equal to half m v c square, and from that we have to calculate what, vc, and this vc is nothing but what, this is velocity when it comes or when it returns to point C, and how far will it travel or other plane means this S for second free body. Understand? So in this way you have to solve this problem. Thank you. If you have any problem, you can contact me. Understand? Thank you.